Now the real funny thing about that first ROR release was like it was me, the homie, and another homie. The homie got out the homie with the car. It wasn't a Johnny, but the tags didn't match up and stuff like that, and everything was just super illegitimate. But like I'm saying, what was funny about that whole situation was like, you know what I mean? We was chilling doing our regular, and at that time, the regular was just smoke weed all day. And sell weed, I guess you want to say. Like, niggas graduated to other things I wasn't involved because, you know what I mean, certain situations. Like, I'm not even going to get into all that, but what was funny was, like, you know what I mean, we were doing that, but I don't remember who did, but one of them bought I don't think it was a fifth, but it might have been a fifth of Amaretto. And basically, we were smoking all day, riding around, chilling. I'm in the back with the Amaretto. They took some shots. I took like a mouthful, but nobody really killed it. It was like at the top of the bottle. But that's basically what they held me on, public drunkenness. Even though the cop asked me if I drank, and I was like, yeah, I drank. Now I was 18 at the time, or 17 at the time, whatever. I guess I was 18 because I guess it came up when I was about to get off parole. That's why it came up. So I guess it's still a part of my adult record for right now. But like I said, the funny thing is, like, I don't remember what else I got charged with or they held me for, because like I don't know, because like I said, the boss said we're not going to charge you, but if you don't come back and look at the magazine, and the boy was like, even if you don't see nobody, like, yeah, I mean, come back or we gonna issue a warrant or whatever. Now, like I said, like what they held me on was like, since like I said, I wasn't the driver, I didn't have anything on me when they took me. It was like, and like the funny thing was that after the boy cut at the boy who ran off, like I was on the ground, you know what I mean? And he stepped on my the back of my knees, and I was in like some gravel. Like Nas had a line, like it. I don't remember the exact line, but when I heard it, it was like, whew, like riding by in the Maybach spots you like had shootouts or some shit like that. And like the funny thing is, I'm riding by this spot like that where the car chase ended, and the cop started shooting at the ball. Like he let off two shots, pop, pop. Like I'm sitting there saying, like if I'm me and the cop is me, the cop's standing like right there, and I see the smoke coming off his gun and shit, and he a cop, so I'm like, all right, well, I don't know why I came around here fucking with you. So I get down on the ground and all that when he starts firing, and he steps. He first kicks me. He first kicks me in the side. Like it was 20 years ago, 20 plus at this point. It was 20 years ago, 2018. He kicks me on the side, and he steps on the back of my knees, which is in the gravel. But like, you know what I mean, he didn't kick me in the face or nothing like that. And he can play it off like he just walked into me, but yeah, I got kicked in the side of the stomach. But anyway, that was the past life. I ain't really worried about it. But like I said, the funny thing was they didn't really hold me for nothing. But like they put me basically in the drunk tank. I was just sitting there with these two old white dudes that was like snoring loud as hell and farting and shit like that, and they was knocked out. But I don't know, that was funny. Like that's the funniest thing, because like they didn't have anything to really hold me on. And the funnier thing is, like I said, I took like a mouthful of that stuff. And I don't even think my homies took that much. Like I remember when my one homie got out the car, like this nigga was, like they were arguing because like my homie pulled up at the top of his block, and I was like, walk, nigga, walk. He was like, no, man, you don't make me on the block, you know what I mean? You're like, walk, nigga, walk. And they probably went on like that for like 10 minutes. The dude finally gets out the car, and he's like stumbling and staggering like Snoop Dogg in the G Thing video at the end where he's like walking up. So that's how he walked off. And then like it was my brilliant idea to like take an alternative route to the crib. Now I'm gonna leave that alone. But like when we were on that alternative route, like a long way to the crib, and for whatever reason, I don't know, like I partly felt responsible for making that suggestion, but that was way back then. So like, you know what I mean? We stopped at the light, and this is not even where the chase started. Like We stopped at the light, and the cop comes up behind us. You get what I'm saying? And my homie, he's like, oh shit, if they run the tags, the shit don't match up and shit like that. Again, this is 98. So we ended up banging our right. No, we banged the left. And then we rode down, like, I'm gonna say, like a mile down the block. And then the cop's still behind us. And then we bang another left. Then the cop banged the left. Then he hit a right. And the right is like a U. Like a U. It's not just like a fucking regular turn. It's like a U. So he hits the right and comes up. And then he hits the left and goes up the block. And then we hit like, I ain't gonna say a main strip in the neighborhood, but it is like a main strip in the neighborhood. It ain't like a fucking corridor with a bunch of stores, but there are stores on it. So we hit the right onto the main strip, and that's when he hit his flashes. Ooh, boop, boop. And then like the bull pulls over, and he like, oh fuck, yeah, I mean, I got work on me, like this ain't, I ain't got no license, like I just bought this shit for $500, like, you know what I mean, like it was like 8 months in I'm buying it, but he just bought it, like, you know what I mean, off somebody, he bought it off somebody that he was cool with from around the way, but like he knew that it was like, you know what I mean, but the bull, like, I'm about to take off on him, mind you, I'm 18, he's 17, I'm like, nigga, sometimes you gotta race, and but, you know what I mean, I don't know. But with all that, it was like, you know what I mean, like, when they brought me back to the station, and even that next morning, and even, like, you know what I mean, when I seen the shit, like, at certain points, it's like public drunkenness, and I don't even know. I know it was public drunkenness, and it was like, you know what I mean, it was funny, because, like, he asked me if I was drinking, and I said, yeah, I had some of it, but I wasn't even, none of us had enough to be fully drunk now. Reefer, like, yeah, we was twisted. Like, I don't know, maybe there was some other stuff, but the amaretto I only had a little bit of, but I know the ball stumbled off, like, you know what I mean, like, twisted. But it is what it is.